Hey everyone, sorry for my absence here lately. I've been working on a video and I really expected to have it finished and posted on Friday, but you know how it is, you know how life goes, it throws you some curves, and I actually ended up in the hospital. So as you can see, I'm back home now, and I don't really know how things are with me health-wise, but nonetheless, I am back up on the mountain. We got another snowstorm, and it's really, really pretty out here today, and I'm in good spirits, and all is well. So I'm just planning to work on my video today, and hopefully have it out within a couple of days. I think it's been 2 weekends now with no video, but like I said, sometimes things happen and life doesn't go as planned. And like I always say, you just got to roll with it. So that's all you can do. But I just lit a fire down in the workshop, and I'm going to go down there and putter on things, and I'll give you a little update on what's going on in our life, and then get back to work on my video and hopefully have it out within a few days. Let's go down to the workshop. It's getting nice and toasty in here now, my friends. And after lunch, I'm going to come down here and do a little puttering on things, but before I can start puttering, I got to clean this place up. Unfortunately, my little workshop really turns out to be a catch-all. I come down here and I throw stuff on the bench, and before you know it, you can't even see the bench. So I got to clean up my act before I can start working on my projects. So we are getting slammed with a snowstorm right now. And I think winter is finally catching up to us. Normally, by the end of November, we are snowed in, as most of you know. Our only transportation up to our house is a snowmobile or the Ranger on tracks. We park our vehicles about 2 miles away, and sometimes when we get a big storm like we're getting right now, our road is obliterated. Sometimes just to go down and check the mail or to upload a video can be an all-day affair because we have to cut the road open. And this happens time and time again throughout the winter, but adversity brings adventure, and we love the lifestyle. You see how deep the snow is here? It's just over the top of these boots, but the machine stays way up on the top. You know, it really disperses the weight. There is a lot of snow out here, man. Crazy.
Good groceries.
Hildy's happy.
Why?
Gotta be well stocked.
I've had a lot of new subscribers come to the channel recently, all stemming from the bubble foil videos that I made in the past. And with this influx of new subscribers, there's been tons and tons of questions. Questions that I've addressed in the past, like, can you use the bubble foil in the walls? Can you use it in the roof? And a lot of people asking for an update on how the bubble foil has been performing after 5 years. So I am doing an update on that, sharing my experiences, both good and bad, the pros and cons of using bubble foil, about the different applications, and I'm just going to consolidate all of those questions and have them all in one spot. I've been trying to answer people and send them to this video and that video and that video where I covered those questions, and really it's hard for me to remember what video that I said this or that. So from now on, once this video is out, I can just give them this link to this new vid that's coming out, and you should have all you need to know about bubble foil. So hopefully I'll have that out this week. It would have been out by the weekend, but as things kind of went south and I had to go to the hospital. But anyway, so today I'm going to put her in here, but I'm going to work on this video here because I want to give you guys an update. It's been a few weeks since you heard from me. Also, in a video I posted probably a couple weeks ago, I'd asked people to share their experience if they have been having a lot of allergy symptoms through this past year. And while the response was overwhelming, 99.9% of the folks are suffering with the same issues that we have. They've never had allergies before, been suffering with it all year long. I've got a video on that subject, but it's going to be a while because I'm gathering facts and I'm going to put this out to you. And hey, it might even get me kicked off of YouTube, I don't really know. But I am sharing what I have learned, and what I have learned is pretty disturbing. But anyway, I'll cover that some other day. So anyway, I've had a lot of people saying that they don't get notified of my uploads anymore. I hear that all the time. I don't really know what to tell you. I know that all the other YouTubers always say, click the bell for notifications. Somewhere there's that little bell. Click that. You might have to click it from time to time. I don't know the secret behind it or what happens behind the scenes with YouTube. I am not a tech guy. I live a very simple life out in the woods, as you know, and I just share our life with you as it unfolds. And I really don't do anything to promote my channel. I've never done a short. I don't do anything. I make videos and I put them out there, and the cards fall wherever they fall. And I'm fine with it. That works for me. So I'm going to go back in the house here, eat some lunch, come down here, and clean this place up. So we've had this old gas stove up here since forever. I'm not exactly sure of the vintage of the stove, but I'm pretty certain it's from the 20s, and that'll make it 100 years old. And it's a good old stove. It has its issues, but now it's time to take it out of here and replace it. He goes, don't get rid of the stove. I like that stove. So for one thing, you can see that it doesn't burn real clean. You can see where this has got a lot of exhaust coming out of it. Really, I need to pull all the burners out of this and clean them up, but it's got other issues beyond that. Come on, just recently, the springs in the door broke, so we have these magnets here holding the door shut. The downside to this old stove is it has a 4-inch stovepipe exiting out the back. And in the winter, when the stove's not being used, that lets cold air into the oven. In fact, the first winter that we lived here, when we weren't using the oven, we would use it as a refrigerator. No joke. We would just put perishables inside the oven box and they would stay cold. We stopped doing it because one time I showed you in a video that they were frozen. We opened up the oven door and everything was frozen. So we have to stay on top of that. But luckily, in the winter, 99.9% of the baking is done in the kitchen queen. The fire's heating the camp. It's also keeping the oven hot. The oven's always hot. And we have showed you lots of wonderful entrees that have come out of that oven. So we don't need this oven much in the winter. But anyway, now we're having problems with the door is broken. It's got this, that, and the other thing going on with it. It's time to replace it. Last week I found a nice apartment-sized gas stove on Craigslist. It was local and it was cheap, so we grabbed it. We're going to make the switch today. Alrighty, get this unhooked. The old gas line in this camp has been junctioned off and spliced in so many ways, so many times throughout the years. Since I'm going to switch out the stove, I'm going to switch out the gas line, I'm going to get a new regulator, I'm just going to go all new and start over.
Proceed with caution. What is it, Tail? Get it. What's that? What is that thing? You get it.
Daddy picking on her.
What is that? What is this? What do you think, Tail?
He sounds excited.
You think it's gonna work? Want to see how I did? Want to see how I did? Let's see, this one here is the front. This is the test.
All right. Well, we have fire.
I'm gonna do the back one. Oh,
We did it.
we did it.
What do you think, Teddy?
What do you think?
We're cooking with gas.
That's it.
So there it is, all hooked up.
Yeah. What do you think, baby girl? You like the stove?
Yep, nice little stove for the money. Can't complain with that.
So what do you think, Mom?
I think we're in business.
I like it.
That'll...
What are you gonna make me?
Well, right now we got the kitchen queen going, so we can use that. But when we don't, we get a warm spell. We got an alternative.
Pumpkin. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. I want a pumpkin pie. I want a pumpkin pie.
Well, I can bake that in the kitchen queen.
I know you can.
Over the last month and a half or so, I've shown you where we slow roast these big pork butts in the wood-fired oven. They come out just wonderful. We weren't really intending on having a pork roast so soon, but we were in the grocery store, happened to look, and they were $99 a pound. I picked out a good one. Mama's gonna cook it up.
So I just minced up some fresh garlic, and I have some of my own rosemary from the garden, making a little rub to put on the pork butt we're gonna do, and I just put some olive oil in there. We're gonna drizzle this all over the roast.
So this pork butt, it was only $5.10, and I'll show it to ya. It's a big piece of meat. Look at that thing. Barely fits in the casserole dish, Mom.
It's gonna be yummy.
Yep.
So this is the little rub, if you want to call it a rub, that I just showed you a few minutes ago, and we'll just drizzle this all over the roast.
Little Tildy. She has a nose for the pork. Oh, that smells so
Yeah, I know, just the
good
garlic
already.
smells really good.
And the rosemary there, as Lori said, it was grown in our garden, and it's just got such a wonderful aroma to it. Oh, good stuff.
It's about ready to go in the oven, I'd say.
So the oven right now it's right around, it's a little over 250, something like that. But the temp will go down a little when that cold roast goes in. Here we go.
Okay.
Yep. We have a very, very low fire in there. Little bit in there, and it's just gonna slow cook all day. How do you like your new stove, Mama?
Seems good.
She does. I like it too. It looks good in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're kind of having a snowstorm today, so I'm going to get a little cooking done ahead. We have a roast we just put in the oven. So the kitchen queen's going to be cooking low and slow all day. I thought I'd get a chili on and let it simmer while the roast is cooking. So we'll have a few meals ahead.
Yeah. She's just browning things up on the gas, and then she'll have it simmering on the kitchen queen all day.
Yeah, I like to sometimes get things started on the gas, and
Yeah.
because it's a little quicker.
Sure.
Then I just transfer it over to the wood stove, and
You got better lighting over here too.
yeah,
Anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, the fire's burning, heat in the house. Now it's cooking a roast, and pretty soon, right on the top of the stove, will be simmering a chili. We're getting a storm, and Mom is cooking up a storm.
Just peppers. I don't think you like peppers. I'm just going to drain off the excess fat, and I'll save that for the birds outside.
Mama's little bird cakes. Just lets it solidify and puts it out in a little cage. You zoom right out through the window, you'll see some birds going for it. I would have Mama give you her chili recipe, but she changes it every single time she makes it, so
Well,
she doesn't have a chili recipe.
well, you know, a good cook doesn't cook from recipes.
Well, I suppose. And you're a good one.
A lot of times you just work with what you have on hand anyway.
I know, we always got something different. One thing we always have on hand, though, where are they? Are these right here, chipotle peppers. Oh, these are really good. Now these are the tomatoes from the garden.
Yep, I cooked this down into a sauce, but it's got the seeds and the skins in it. So we showed you a while back during tomato season that sometimes I just chop up the tomatoes. I put them in leftover containers like this, put them in the freezer so they're real handy whenever I want to make a soup or a sauce. This particular batch, however, I did cook down into a sauce. Had a lot of tomatoes, and so to take up a little less storage space, whether canned or frozen, I did cook a few batches down into sauce.
We'll go to chipotles. What did you use? Just a couple of peppers from the can?
Well, that was a pretty big one, so I only used one and then some of the sauce.
Yeah.
Let's see, that's what they look like in the can.
Oh yeah. When I first started sharing our journey with the public, and folks saw us chopping wood and carrying water and living with the adversities this lifestyle has to offer, so many would ask, "Don't you worry about when you get old and weak and can no longer do all that?" Well, that mindset always cracks me up. Why let the what-ifs and worries of tomorrow paralyze the desires you have today? That's like refusing to drive a road because you fear the bridge may be out. Nah, we'll live in the here and now and cross all those bridges when we get to them. You do what you can while you can. You live now and live it up. It's all about the fun, the joys of winter.
Well, this is just the fat that I skimmed off of, drained off of some ground beef that we cooked up the other day.
Frankie and the boss out walking in the woods, living life happy and free. Tracks in the snow everywhere they go. There's a porky way up in that tree. A beaver built a pond where they have some fun, taking life a day at a time. Best friends until the end. Frankie and the boss. Frankie and the boss. Frankie and the boss.